Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. A very good evening to all of you.
Good evening, sir.
And at the very outset, like my predecessor speaker said, on this day of Kargil Divas, I want to give my respects to all the martyrs who had laid down their life for our country, and at the same time, it brought us great amount of glory which we cherish even today. Chairman of Sri Sri Academy, Naresh Agarwalji, CEO, Principal, Vice Principals, Coordinators, all the heads of departments of the Sri Sri Academy, the students of Sri Sri Academy, and all the other students who have come from various different parts of the country, some of the parents, welcome all to this wonderful occasion. I stay in Bangalore. I just got in this morning, yesterday evening, and this morning I had the first interaction with the school staff and a few students. I must confess that it was a delightful experience to meet them, interact with them, because the amount of devotion I saw in them and the amount of enthusiasm to take forward this noble task of giving knowledge to the children. Knowledge are of two kinds. One is purely academic, but when it mixes or when it is put together with the spiritual content, it takes a different level altogether. Sri Sri Academy and the entire Sri Sri institutions all over the country are only looking at these two aspects about how to inculcate human values into the children as well as give them academic excellence. Today we have more than 121 institutions in this country, which includes a university and a few colleges and about 108 schools themselves. It's my proud privilege to be standing in front of you when this particular school is, Sri Sri Academy is giving this wonderful event of 4 days. It's not easy to conduct an event for 4 days, and I see the relentless work that has gone behind. Each and every teacher has lost some night's sleep, and the students have actually worked very hard. So an event to come to a conclusion like this takes a lot of effort. I must congratulate each and every one of you for having brought it to this conclusion. I am deeply impressed with the way this school has been brought up in the last 8 years, and I see a lot of great future ahead for this school, and I am very, very happy to be here today. I wish all the parents and the teachers and students a very good evening. Thank you. Jai Gurudev.
All right, I just wanted to give a quick information. How many of you know nuclear submarines of India? Yeah. Sir is somebody who headed nuclear submarines and he stayed underwater deep sea for months. He was also head of electronics of Indian aircraft carrier. He traveled Russia under the seas for 16 days, Visakhapatnam to Russian port. And he's served almost 30 years of service in the Indian Navy. Yeah, I would like to hear from you, so please.
Why this topic has suddenly come up is because I referred to it in the morning when I was speaking to the staff. And there's one incident that I wanted to all of them, and I would just like to take 5 minutes of your time to repeat it. This would probably interest all the youngsters also. Well, you know, a submarine is one of the weapons of the Indian Navy which stays underwater. It is propelled by batteries, and it can stay underwater for a period of say about 24 hours, and then it has necessarily to come up on surface to charge the batteries, and that's the time the enemy can actually detect. But when we talk about nuclear submarine, the power is immense. It's unlimited power. They don't need to charge batteries. A nuclear submarine can stay submerged for months together, typically 3 to 4 months. And the only thing that comes in the way is the human endurance. So when I was just giving them an incident this morning that when we were traveling, when we were moving from Visakhapatnam port to our one of the ports that we were calling on was Vladivostok in Russia. We casted off. Casting off is when we moved off from the port, 10 kilometers into the sea. Then we dived. We dived up to 40 meters. And about 2 to 3 hours in that state, we got the message that there is a cyclone approaching. A cyclone approaching from Andamans to the eastern coast of India. And that's a time when the cyclones are coming, the sea is very choppy. And if you're in the boat or in the ship, you get seasick. Seasickness, for all of you who don't know, is you start vomiting, you start feeling dizzy in your head, and you lose your orientation. So that is the case. So when the commanding officer saw that he went down to say that we'll go up to 80 meters. So submarine was brought into 80 meters of depth. You know why? Because the choppiness of the sea reduces as we go down into depth. So when we went down, the turbulence stopped a bit, but it did not subside fully. So the commanding officer again gave an order that we should go up to 120 meters. And we went to 120 meters. At 120 meters, it was totally still, calm, absolutely clear. So for next 2 days, we were traveling underwater at 120 meters, and we crossed the cyclone. The cyclone went above us, and we went right underneath the cyclone without any problems. Now, why did I bring this topic to the notice of the teachers was that, like the submarine, we all also have an internal system. The more internal that you go into yourself, the more meditation that you do, the more sadhana that you do, gives you that inner strength to become calm. And when you are calm, you can surmount any adversities in life. So this is all because of your practices, spiritual practices that you do in terms of Sudarshan Kriya, meditation and yoga that keeps you totally internalized, and you get the composure of having calmness all around you. The aura can be felt by people around you also. So it is my earnest advice and a request to all the youngsters here to take this opportunity to practice yoga, meditation. It will stand in good stead for you, not only now, for the rest of your life. So that was the thought process behind it. So once again, urge you to take on these spiritual practices, go deeper within yourself, and be calm forever. Thank you.